I'm sure you've heard it, right? People talk about like, oh, never meet your heroes.
Hmm.
It's always going to be a disappointment. And it was the total opposite. It's been the total opposite with Jim.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I can't
Meet your
believe I
heroes.
meet your heroes. Meet
Meet
Jim
your
Carrey.
heroes.
Congrats on the movie. I'm wearing my I guess I'm on Team Red.
I dig it. Team Robotnik. Here we go. Black and
Yeah.
red.
So I want to back it all the way up because we've never done an interview. I became familiar with you when you did this fan-made live-action Pokemon trailer that was so awesome.
Really?
Yes, where you played Ash Ketchum, and I thought it was
Yes.
so brilliant. Did it feel like, is it weirdly serendipitous to do a movie like this now that these types of movies are actually being made?
It's wild, right? Like where it started. I mean, what was it? We did that trailer, that fan-made dark, gritty Pokemon underworld trailer like 13 years ago. I think it was something like that. And, you know, to look at everything now, to look at all the superhero movies, the video game movies, you know, it's like a total pinch myself moment. It's very surreal. And for it to be Sonic in particular, for me is a big deal, because that game was like Sonic 2 for me was the like video game growing up.
Same here. And I gotta say, like, there's some great Easter eggs in this one. But one being that the coffee shop that you work at is the Mean Bean.
Right? So well done. They're so smart. This team is so smart. They're so on it.
I will say, I don't know if you agree with me. I think there's like at least twice as many Easter eggs in this movie as opposed to the first one.
I don't know if I caught them all, but there are a lot. And I think it's such a amazing nod to the video games. And I think a lot of video game fans will lose their minds. Yeah.
I agree with you. And I gotta say, okay, it's like a task to be in scenes with Jim Carrey. And I imagine the first time around, it's like, oh God, I'm working with this legend. Like, it's gotta be a little nerve wracking. What does it feel like the second time around? Agent Stone has arguably some of the funniest moments in the movie. Hysterical.
Thank you so much. Yeah, definitely less nerve-wracking. Like, I wasn't really nerve-wracking the first time. It was more of like I was anxious a little bit, you know, coming in, being such a huge fan of his. That dissipated quickly just with the team and Jim being so big-hearted and so gracious. And but as far as like working with him, it's so cool and it's so much fun. I kind of just look at it as like, be ready. Just be ready, feed off of them.
Yeah.
You know, we had a lot of the dialogue was kind of set this time around. And then once we would lock that in, we would play around a little bit more and figure things out. And I think I laughed a lot more on this one, broke a lot more on this one than I did on the first one.
I will say, people always ask me, they're like, oh, are you nervous to interview these people? It's like, it's not nerves. It's more just like, I want it to go well. Like,
That's what it is. That's what it is. It's honestly, please be a good person. That's mainly what it is. And then once you see that, okay, they're a great human being, that kind of dissipates that anxiety or whatever you want to call it. Yeah, that a little bit of that tightness in the chest, the heartbeat.
Yeah.
You know, and I'm sure you've heard it, right? People talk about like, oh, never meet your heroes.
Mm-hmm.
It's always going to be a disappointment. And it was the total opposite. It's been the total opposite with Jim.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I can't believe
heroes.
Meet your heroes. Meet Jim Carrey. Heroes. I can't believe I have to wrap already. We have to do this again for long.
Yeah, we'll do a longer one.
We'll do a longer one. Knuckles is sexy. I'll see you later.
Oh my gosh.
Sorry about that.
It's all good.
Bye. Good to see you.
Ash. Good to see you.